I'm in my 2003 Ford Ranger, and this truck has given me a huge amount of problems. Always getting errors, but I finally fixed them all. So I'm going to go to, on my Blue Driver software, I'm going to go to Read Codes, check engine lights, and you can see there's no codes, no pending codes in the system. And I had lean state errors and other errors just plagued this car, and I'll go over into how I fixed them. The other thing, when you look at the dash, I'm going to go ahead and start the truck, and show you there's no signs. There's no errors. So, no air lights on the dash, and no problems at all. So, I finally cleared and fixed everything on this truck. So, these were the errors I was getting on my truck. This is a screenshot of the errors before I fixed everything. I was plagued with P0174 and P0174C lean bank 2 errors on my truck. So let's talk about everything I've done. I ended up replacing the engine. This is the original engine that was on the truck. So even though I got no other errors on the truck, I always got those lean state errors, and then the engine ended up overheating. So I had to replace the engine. Now, it is not a new engine. I went and got a junkyard engine, 60,000 miles, 40 to 60,000. They sell them in ranges, and bought the whole entire assembly. This is all the original parts on the truck. So new engine in the truck. The second thing I ended up doing was I replaced the O2 sensors, replaced all the wiring for the pigtails or the connectors for the O2 sensors. I redid all the vacuum hoses, and even with the new engine in doing that stuff, I continue to get errors. Now, I ended up replacing the fuel pump, which showed a lot of promise at first, and then the errors came back. So after that, I ended up replacing the ECU, got a new one, had to reprogram the keys, and then finally all my errors went away. Here's the problem. I tried diagnosing that. If you see, I have old videos out there where I checked everything to make sure. I have old videos out there where I checked to make sure everything was within spec. The fuel pump was within spec. The O2 sensors were fine. I did vacuum a leak test and never found any problems. The fuel pump was within spec, but when I replaced the fuel pump, it ran about 5 to 10 pounds more pressure. Again, the original one, based on the manual I have, it was in spec. But the new one basically was running a small amount difference. Really know what caused it, but there was a couple things about the computer I will bring up that you should be aware of. So the key lock would randomly work and not work on the truck. It shifted at odd times, and like I said, it seemed to be down on power. Replacing the computer solved those other problems, so my assumption was my lean state errors were computer related, because once I replaced the computer, I've gotten 0 errors. And even before I replaced the computer, every once in a while I would get like other odd errors like ABS or charge errors, even with the new alternator. So my assumption is the ECU is bad on the truck, and I probably didn't need to replace fuel pump. So I believe my lean state problem was the ECU, and I also believe my lean state problem was the downstream O2 sensor. Now, I don't believe the ECU ruined my original engine. The original engine had bad compression on 2 of the cylinders, so it was not related at all. I also don't know that it did cause more problems. Maybe the engine was running so lean that it toasted the engine. There's a possibility there. But if you watch my videos, when I did a compression test on that, 2 of the cylinders were way low. So at this point, the engine replacement is separate from the lean state problems. It was an ECU and downstream sensor problem. Keep that in mind. If you have other errors on your truck, on your Ranger, 98 to 2011, that might show your ECU. If you're getting random errors that are on the computer that come and go, that you know aren't problematic, especially charging or ABS errors, there's a good chance your ECU is bad. And when I talked to the company, they said there is a lot of problems with the 1 to 4 trucks with ECU. So keep that in mind, learn from me. I spent a lot of money on parts I didn't need to do, and an ECU is about $200. So it's not as expensive as you think to replace the ECU. There's a lot of companies that, you know, you can send yours in or they'll just send you a new one. So learn from me, but all my errors are gone from my truck now. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching.
So if you like this video, go ahead and smash the like button below. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell if you want some notifications. See you next time on Chasing Mustangs.
Thanks.
All right.
Great job.
Yeah, I see it like literally every day.